Let me get everybody to identify themselves.
Good morning, Your Honor. My name is Ed Bouquet. I'm the counsel for Mr. Brown. Mr. Brown is present this morning.
The other side is out in the hallway.
Oh. Oh, I thought my bell went together. No luck? Your name is?
Roxie Allison-Sanchez.
Okay. Your case has been called. Ready to proceed?
Yes.
Okay. Does the defendant responding consent to the entry of a protective order?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, call your first witness.
Your Honor, our first witness is Allison-Sanchez.
Okay, call your first witness. Just tell my bell the name.
Raise your right hand, please.
Do you solemnly declare or affirm under the penalties of perjury the testimony you should give to be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Please be seated. In a nice, loud, clear voice, could you please give your name and address?
My name is Ames Perry, and my address is 8705 Chestnut Avenue in Bowie, the state of Maryland.
Okay. Your first name is?
Ames, A-M-E-S. It's a family name. Perry, P-E-R-R-Y.
You may proceed.
Ms. Perry, could you please tell the court our relationship? Okay. Will it help if I get closer to the speaker? Or
It's right there. The speaker's right there. Just have to keep your voice up, she said.
okay. Could you please tell the court our relationship?
Yeah, we're friends. We've been friends for about 6 years.
And can you tell the court how we met?
We met at church. We have daughters.
What's the relevance?
Ms. Perry is a character witness, and she's going to
Character witness as to what?
just to testify that she's visited my home and relationship with the girls.
That's not why we're here.
Yes, I realize that, Your Honor.
You filed a domestic violence petition.
Yes.
So isn't that the reason why we're here?
That's why we're here, Your Honor.
Okay, let's get to that. The Brown file is the domestic custody file, but you filed asking the court to intervene on an emergency matter as a result of something incident that occurred. Is that the reason why we're here?
Yes, sir.
Okay, let's get to that.
Okay.
You're standing for a reason.
Court was speaking, and I was
Okay.
Well,
In other words, this is not about custody.
Right, I realize that.
Okay.
I'm going to excuse Ms. Perry then.
Okay,
I don't
no
know.
problem. No problem. Next witness.
Okay. Your Honor, could I ask, I have my daughters here. They are 7 and 10 years old.
Okay.
They were witnesses to what happened.
What happened? Why don't you tell me what happened?
Okay, well, what happened...
Wait, excuse me. You going to testify?
Me?
Yes.
Yes, I could.
Madam Clerk, swear in.
Please raise your right hand. It is already clear or affirmed, please occur to the testimony you should give, is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Yes, I do. Should I take the stand or?
You can sit there.
Okay.
And address.
Okay. My name is Roxie Allison-Sanchez, and I live at 12003 Coram Place, Bowie, Maryland.
Okay. So what brings you here?
Okay. On of June 30th, I'm not sure what the date of the Tuesday is. I think it was the 27th or something like that. My ex-husband had sent an email to my email account, and I had not opened the email account, so he brought it to my attention with a text message on the Wednesday, which I guess would have been the 28th. And so when I looked at the email message, it basically said that he was coming to pick up the children on Friday for a weekend visit.
Okay.
And I was a bit distressed by this because they had not seen him since either the last week in November or the first week in December. And the last time that they had seen him, they had gone to school and...
Objection.
Basis.
We're going to get into some hearsay testimony.
Sustain.
there was a problem at school, and I was called by the school. And I needed to come, to pick the
Objection,
children
move to
up.
strike regarding the problem at the school.
Sustain.
Your Honor, you asked me to tell you what happened, so I was trying to,
Other words, but he's saying if it's hearsay, you can't tell me that.
But it's not hearsay if there was a problem at the school and I had to go there.
How did you know there's a problem at the school?
Somebody called you and told you.
Somebody told me, yes.
That's the hearsay.
Okay, well, I was called to the school, may I say?
That's what he's saying. That's hearsay. I sustain the objection.
Okay.
Okay.
I went to the school.
Okay. Now.
I received a call, may I say that?
I've heard that. even though he's objected, I sustain. I've heard it.
All
But
right, so I went to the school. I got the children. I took them home.
Your Honor, I need to object on the grounds of relevance. This took
Sustain.
place in December.
Sustain.
No, this wasn't in the summer. It was in the beginning of December, which was,
I said sustain. It's not relevant to what happened.
well, this is what led up to it. That's what I'm saying. There was no visitation.
Time out.
Okay.
Your file is approximately 10 to 12 inches thick.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the CAD 01-01010
Yeah.
case. That's a custody case, basically.
Yeah.
Okay. If there was an issue regarding custody from early December on, a petition to modify custody, a petition to suspend custody, and visitation probably should have been filed in this case.
Mm-hmm.
You hear, as a result of telling the court that some domestic violence act
Right.
occurred.
Yes.
That's what the objection has been to, so he wants to, let's get to that, which brings you here today, not the history of the custody matter.
Well, this directly pertains to what I'm about to say about the visitation.
Okay, is that as in what, when social services investigated the matter?
When was that? You mean last year or something?
When did you complain? Did you complain?
Last year.
Okay.
Or the year before, I believe.
Your Honor, if I may just briefly interject, that jacket that the court has present is missing 2 volumes. So it's actually that much bigger. Plus, there have been 3 other domestic violence actions filed by Ms. Sanchez in the past 4 or 5 years. Plus, there have been 3 investigations conducted by CPS, 2 in Prince George's County and 1 in Montgomery County.
That's
Okay.
correct.
And
That's correct.
and what has been the determination?
Ruled out each time, Your Honor.
No, that was not true, Your Honor.
Okay.
In some cases, it was inconclusive.
I have.
Okay, well let's say it. And any of the cases they substantiate.
No.
Okay. So the question is, let's assume that was the case back in December.
Mm-hmm.
And you believe that there was a basis. Let me get it. Mr. Brown, should not be visiting with or seeing the children.
Correct.
Then you come to court in the domestic custody case and ask the court to modify custody visitation. I'm saying you're asking the court to intervene. Let me stop. Are you asking the court to suspend visitation?
Yes.
Okay. Now, why? Let's get to
Okay.
that.
He came to the house after sending this email. He demanded to have the children.
Okay.
He hadn't seen the children in 8 months.
Let me stop you there. There's a custody order, I take it.
Yes,
Okay. That's the order allowing to have visitation.
that's correct.
Was it his time to have visitation?
I don't know, Your Honor, because like I
Okay.
said, it had been
Okay.
8 months.
Okay.
Okay.
So you denied visitation.
Yes, I did.
Okay. But you denied visitation without knowing whether or not it was his time to have visitation.
What I said to him in the email, which I have here, is that the children haven't seen you in 8 months.
I'm just asking a question.
Okay.
I'm just
And can I meet you with the children because there seems to be some discomfort in the relationship.
I'm just asking you.
Okay. And
You denied visitation, maybe in conflict with the court's order.
that's correct.
Okay.
I did.
Okay.
That was after speaking with their psychologist.
Objection.
Sustain. What is it? The court order is that which will prevail. Am I correct?
What do
The
you mean?
court order will prevail as to who should have visitation.
Right.
Okay. He could not have gotten custody of the children because the court order gave you custody.
I have sole custody. He has a visitation.
That's not. That was.
I'm not
That's
sure.
it.
I'm not understanding what you're saying.
He could not have assumed custody of the children because the court order gave you custody.
That's correct.
Okay. The court order gave you custody and gave him visitation.
Yes.
So if he had gotten custody, physical custody of the children, and kept you from seeing them, such as if he's gone to school, had gone to the school and gotten the children and not returned them to you, you would have been in court telling the court that he's in violation of the court's order because he has custody of the children when you are, in fact, the one supposed to have custody of the children.
Correct.
Okay. Now, he comes to see the children, pick up the children for his visitation, and the court order gives him visitation, but you do not allow him to have visitation because of something that has happened in the past.
Not in the past. It had been happening for 8 months, right up to that date.
Okay.
Not up to the past. It was.
That is the past in 8 months.
Yeah. Well, the past was at that moment.
Okay, that's one. Well, tell me that moment. I have not heard what happened that moment.
That moment was he sent this email saying he's coming. I said to him,
Okay.
please don't come. He came to the house
Okay.
anyway. When he got there, different from the way he ordinarily does, he parks usually in front of my garage door. Which
Can I
brought
stop
some
you?
photos.
So far,
Okay.
what is he in violation of?
Then, once he got there, he blocked my entrance to my house.
Okay.
Okay. After I asked him and called the police, he, instead of like pulling down my driveway, which is almost like 1/8 of a mile, he backs up on the lawn, wouldn't move. Then when I got my van in, he pulls up and blocks me from being able to get out of my garage.
Okay.
And I was stuck there.
Okay. Now, why didn't the children go with him? Or why didn't you allow the children to go with him?
Because the children, Mr. Bouquet is going to say,
Objection is what Mr. Bouquet is going to say.
Well, if he's told her.
I'm Mr. Bouquet, Your Honor.
Oh, I'm sorry.
the children are afraid.
Sustain. Sustain. Okay. Anything else?
Yes?
Okay. I'm listening.
Okay. Well, Your Honor, this is, we have a history of Mr. Brown, doing things to us,
Who's us?
me and the children.
Okay.
And we are, conditioned.
Let me ask you this. So you say history. Is there a court order that has ordered him to do something or not to do something and he's done it?
Yes.
Okay. Tell me what it is. That occurred on or about the date that you're complaining about that brings you to court. Did the court, is there an order that says he cannot come to your house?
No, the court,
Okay.
the court order does not say for him
Okay,
to come to
so
visits.
we're straight on that.
Right.
Okay. It's an order that says he cannot have visitation with the children.
No, there's not an
Okay,
order.
we're
that says
straight on that.
visitation.
So tell me what it is he did that you say the history that he.
well,
so right now, am I clear that there's not a court order that he violated?
Yes, he has violated a court order, not for visitation, though.
No. Is there a court order that he violated on about the 28th, the 30th of June that brings you here?
Yes.
Okay, tell me what it is.
Well, it's not pertaining to this. It's pertaining to child support.
Objection.
That's why I didn't,
Wait. You're not here about child support, I know.
No, I'm not here about
Okay, but that's not, I said that brings you here to court today.
Yes, I'm talking about,
You said you just told me child support.
right, you asked me a court order, but that's
No. My question was,
Yeah.
is there a court order that he violated on somewhere between June 28th and June 30th that brings you here to court today?
Okay, that's pertaining to this. Yes.
No. That brings you here to court today.
No.
Okay. So now I'm waiting to hear what brings you to court today.
Was the fact that he blocked us into the driveway. We were scared to death.
Who's we?
Me.
How were you
children,
scared to death?
Because I didn't know what he's going to do. If
What
he's,
do you mean you didn't know what he was going to do?
I don't know if he's going to, hit the car, if I get out with the kids, if he's going to try to grab the kids.
Wait. How would he try to grab the kid?
Done it before.
Okay, but in the court order gives him visitation.
That's correct, Your Honor. But
Okay.
does the court order require that I be nonsensical? If my children are afraid and they haven't seen their father in 8 months.
Wait, excuse me. That's why I said you have a case. You're missing it. You have a file. You have an ongoing case. And when I say 12 inches, now counsel tells me that maybe an additional 6 to 8 inches or so.
Oh,
So we may have 18 inches. You may have a file in this courthouse that's 18 inches thick, in other words. So you've been to court before.
Yes.
Okay. So you know how to come to court and ask the court to modify custody.
No.
You don't?
No.
You never had a lawyer to file the request for custody. And I see some
They filed one. Yes.
I see brownback, so that tells me when I see the brownback, that tells me it also was an appeal.
Yes.
Okay. So you've been to court
I
a
have
number
been
of
to court
times.
way too many times.
Okay, so you know how to come to court. So the point.
I know how to drive here. Let me put it like that. That's
You
about
know how
what
to,
I know.
and I understand that you have filed matters prior to domestic violence petition.
Yes.
Okay. I also understand that you have filed matters with the Child Protective Services Office.
Yes, I have.
Okay. So if there's a problem, you know how to get in and out to get the assistance. Now I'm trying to figure out what is it you ask me to do other than suspend visitation. And if so, why should I suspend visitation? That's the reason why we're here, aren't we?
Okay. I'm asking you to suspend.
You are?
What occurred was that I was falsely imprisoned in my house.
Okay.
I could not move out of the house. We were afraid, terribly afraid, because we don't know what he's going to do. And that's it.
Is that
That's
it?
it in a nutshell. We were falsely imprisoned in the house, and we were scared and intimidated. We didn't know if we were going to get hurt or if the children were going to be hurt or what was going to happen.
Okay. Has there ever been a finding of any sort that he's abused the children? Ever been a finding?
No.
Okay. The reason I'm asking these questions because in this particular case here,
Yes.
the red file,
Yes.
whatever red kind of color red it is,
Mhm.
the CADV file, domestic violence file,
Right.
as opposed to the brown file, family law, custody, divorce file.
Okay.
Listen to what I'm reading here,
Mm-hmm.
because this is what I must do.
Okay.